So last week I did my big PLF Live event, and this is the 10th one I've done since 2010. Love doing this event. I do it once a year. We had almost 1,000 people there. It was fantastic. They were from like 35 countries, more than 35 countries. It was just fantastic. It was amazing. It was where I turned myself into an extrovert for 3 days. And it's just me on stage the entire time. I had one outside speaker for one 75-minute session. Otherwise, it was just me. So it was pouring out a lot of energy in that time. And then I always take a few days to recharge, usually out at a nice spa out in nature. And so I'm in Sedona right now and just having a great time. It's been a lot of time on the trails, a lot of time hiking, and it's one of the ways that I recharge. And so a few themes always show up at these events. And actually, I came into this event with this intention of these two themes. And one is second chances, because I think we all get second chances, and we get them over and over. And one day, if we make one of those stick, then we can change our lives. And that's what I did. You know, my life didn't really start turning around until I was 35 years old, at least professionally, and made no progress until after I was 35. And so that was one of the themes. The other theme was investment. And, you know, the idea that we have to put in the work, and it doesn't always show up immediately. And that sometimes it takes a while for those investments to pay off. So it was a fantastic event. We did a big fundraiser for World Teacher Aid. We're now at almost $1 million raised over the years for World Teacher Aid building schools in Kenya. And it was absolutely, it was amazing. It was wonderful. It was incredible. Loved the event. And now I've been recharging here in Sedona, and it's great. So I'm on this trail, and I've done this trail a couple times now. And this is what they call an out and back trail. So the way it works is you go, and I'm sorry for not looking at the camera, but this is one of those trails where you gotta pay attention to your feet. And so it's an out and back trail, meaning you can hike it up this canyon. Oh, you didn't get a really good view of it right now, but you can go up for about an hour and a half hiking, and then eventually you end up at a cliff and you can't go any further and you have to go back down. So it could be like, you know, a 3-hour hike or so. And so it's out and back. You go out and then you come back. It's not a loop trail where you end up on a big loop and you come back to where you were. It's just a different kind of trail. And of course, I've spent a lot of time on trails here in the Southwest US, in Arizona, in Colorado, in Utah, in California. And so I know the way these trails work, and so it's out and back. That's the way this trail works. But because of where I'm at, there's a lot of tourists, a lot of folks that don't spend a lot of time on the trails. And maybe it's the first time they've ever been on a trail like this. And the other day when I was on the trail with my wife, we're coming back, and several people, a bunch of people, kept on stopping us and saying, how much further is it? How much further is it? Like there's some big grand destination. And that's not the way this trail works. It just goes until it ends. Then you turn around, you can't come home. And it's an amazing, great trail, beautiful. But if you go way up in the canyon, you can sort of see it up in there. Amazing. But this is a classic. It's about the journey. It's not about the destination. It's about enjoying this hike. There is no there. There's no spectacular, massive Shangri-La waterfall there or whatever. But it's just sort of interesting that so many people are stopping us and saying, how much further? How much further? It's like, no, it's about the journey. It's about the journey. And we hear that a lot, right? But it just wraps around into that event. And that event, a lot of people planned for it and made it their big journey to get there, and that's the destination. And you know, I tried to change their world for 3 days, and we got tactical, we got nitty-gritty, we dug into their launches, we planned out the offers, we planned out how they were going to speak to their avatar, we planned out their pre-launch content, their product launch hero's journey. We went deep on this stuff and we worked on it. It was a real workshop, but at the end of the day, it's just part of the journey. Now they have to go home and do the work. And no matter where you are in your business life, it's the same way. You're on a journey, and there is no there. You just got to do the work. You got to put in the investment. And if something doesn't work out, then you got to say it's time for the second chance. It's time to take a second chance. It's time to step up and recommit to yourself. So yeah, a little thoughts from the trail as I recharge here in Sedona. That's what my last week was like. That is what my last week looked like. Hope yours was great. I'm Jeff Walker. Wherever you're at, scroll down, leave a comment for me, and let's go get him this week.